Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I don't usually do like question answer type of things, but I thought I'd share a bit about what I'm studying and like just more in depth of what it is to actually be a med student. I found this tag on a blog which I will link below. First question: who are you and where do you study? So I am Akila. If you're new, if you don't know me, I'm Akila Abrams. I study at a university in Cape Town, South Africa. When did you start studying medicine? So I started studying medicine in 2015. So that was the year after I finished grade 12 or matric. So I am currently in my 4th year out of 6. Nearly there. Okay, what made you choose the medical field? I think there were two things that made me choose medicine. The first one was actually a teacher at high school. So for as long as I can remember, I think since I was about 13, I wanted to be a psychologist. So I thought about studying psychology. All that was like just my plan. I was just going to study psychology and become a psychologist. And then in grade 10, I think it was, I did well-ish on a test. And then the teacher called me and he was like, so what are you planning to study when you finish school? And I was like, psychology. Like, I know psychology is what I'm going to study. And then he was like, psychology? Really? You want to study that? What about medicine? And I was like, I don't want to be a doctor. Ugh, so gross. And also, like, I remember in high school when we had to dissect a heart for life science, I found it so disgusting. I think I didn't touch it. I think I let my partner touch it. I don't think I did it at all. I found it very gross. And I just never thought I would choose medicine. But anyway, so that was like the teacher who planted the seed of medicine. And then also like later on, surprisingly, after many episodes of CSI and a lot of other things also, I wanted to do forensics. So to become a forensics pathologist, you need to study medicine before. And then that was sort of like the deciding factor for me. I was like, okay, if I want to do forensics, I have to study medicine. So that's why I chose to study medicine. I'm not sure if I'm still going to go down that road, but I'm enjoying what I'm studying now, so I'm glad I made that choice. Okay, what's your favorite quote? It's a difficult one. I feel like I like a lot of quotes. I don't know. I like a lot of quotes, but I'll go read through some and I'll put it on the screen now. Best memory in medical school. Let me see. I think there's a lot of good memories in medical school. Like there's a lot of small milestones that you can achieve. So like when you go to your first anatomy practical dissection thing, I think that's a really cool memory for some people. Also when you get to wear your white coat for the first time, when you get to go into hospital for the first time, when you get your stethoscope. I don't know, there's a lot of small moments. Okay, next question. What's one course you struggled with? Okay, at the beginning of 2nd year, there was this one module called the respiratory system, which is basically like about lungs and breathing and all things that go wrong with that. And I think I struggled the most with that module. I don't think it was the module or the course that was difficult itself. I just think 2nd year is a hectic year, and maybe I don't think there's a knowledge gap or a great leap, but there's a holiday between 1st year and 2nd year, and I think I was very relaxed. And then jumping into like a mountain of work, it was very hectic for me, so I struggled a bit with that. But after that, things kind of worked out because you kind of realize what is expected from you, what you need to do, etc. So yeah, that was one course I struggled with, the respiratory system. What's your favorite book? Okay, so I don't know how this ties in with being a medical student, but I think all medical students like to read, or most medical students, I assume, I don't know. My favorite book, let me think. I love a lot of books. I think one of my favorite books is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. I think that's one of my favorite. It's like brilliant. That's like one of the most brilliant books I've ever read. But there's another book that I really love. Ooh, there's another book that I really love. This is actually my favorite book. It's called Mornings in Jenin, and it's about sort of like the struggle in Palestine and how people were evicted from their homes and stuff. And that book is just, oh my gosh, I cry every time I read it. It's so good. Oh my word, I love that book so much. You guys should definitely read it. What do you do in your free time? Okay, so firstly, there is not a lot of free time when you are studying medicine, so I do YouTube in my free time. When it's like holiday time, like vacation, actual weeks of studying, I'll go to the library a lot and I'll like read a lot, which is weird because as a med student, like most of your studying is just reading, so it's quite difficult. So reading doesn't become like a luxury thing anymore, but I try to like force it on myself because I know I loved reading before medicine, so I don't want that to like dampen my reading spirit, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like to read a lot. I like to do YouTube. What else? I don't gym, but I like to go jogging now and then with my family. And yeah, mostly like just spending time outdoors, kind of. Yeah, like I'll try to plan things with friends where we go out, or yeah, stuff like that. Basically outdoorsy things with family and friends. What do you want to major or specialize in? Okay, this is a big question. This is a very big question because like we get to experience everything in med school, like we get to rotate through each speciality or major. So so far what's really stood out for me is actually a little bit of everything. I really like internal medicine, which I think is important to like because it's like very key to being a GP. But I liked surgery as well. I liked obstetrics as well. I actually really liked everything where I learned a lot, so I can't say I'm going to specialize in that. I did forensics, I liked that a lot as well. Yeah, I did a lot of things. I'm not sure what I'll specialize in, but we'll see, inshallah. Who do you look up to? In terms of medicine, I'm not sure. I don't think I have any medical role model, but I just think like everybody's story is different, so I don't have a person that I look up to because I personally don't find medicine to be my life, whereas I feel like a lot of medical role models, like they devote their life to medicine. So I feel like I'm a person doing medicine, but I have so much other things going on in my life, so yeah, I don't have a medical role model. I'm writing my own story. Okay, how do you study productively? I think the thing with studying productively is that it's different for everyone and people need to realize that, and once you find your way of studying, stick to it. Like, don't experiment new ways. If you're a visual learner, don't try to listen to something and learn that way. Sort of like do what works for you and stick to it. It becomes productive once you do what suits you. So for me personally, I like to write notes. It takes a lot of time, so if I have time to study in advance, I write notes. That works for me. If I don't have time, I think I'm very good at reading like quite fast, so I can like scan through large amounts of notes and it goes fairly quickly, but then like also taking in those important bits of information. That's what works for me. And then obviously working through either past papers or like possible questions or so. So that's what helps me study. How do you stay motivated in med school? Med school is not easy. It's very difficult to stay motivated. I think there were times when I wasn't motivated. There were times when I was like, this is not for me. It's too much work. I'm not enjoying myself. But I think what keeps me motivated now is that we have our work set out in such a way that we have 1 month of classwork and 1 month of hospital or clinical experience work. So that's what's keeping me motivated at the moment, because I get to apply my skills and like patient interaction and just seeing textbook stuff in real life. I think it's brilliant and it keeps me motivated. That's like enough. That's enough for me. And also like keeping your end goal in mind or your intention in mind. Like the fact that you want to help people, the fact that you want to make a difference, the fact that you are helping on a large scale. So just keeping that in mind helps me keep motivated, and yeah, that's basically what I think about when I'm demotivated or down. But also, like, I'd like to say that when you are down or demotivated, like, take time out. You are not supposed to be loving medicine 99% of the time. Like, you can love it 70% of the time, because you are a human outside of medicine, and I think that's important, and a lot of people don't realize that. So just taking time out and doing things that normal people do, because medicine is so hectic that you tend to not get to help yourself in other fields of life, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm talking a lot of nonsense, but that's, I don't know if it makes sense, just let me know. This is the last question, okay? What are your best tips for future medical students? Okay, so firstly, if you are considering medicine, do your homework. Like, find out what it's really like from people who've done it or people who are still doing it. Make sure that medicine is something you want to do, it's something you've chosen, or it's something you see yourself doing, because if you're gonna do it because your parents said so, or any other family members for that matter, you're going to be miserable. You're going to want to stop. You need to want to be there. That's what I'd advise. So make sure it's something you want to do. Once you are in medicine, like tying in with the previous question, kind of stay focused on your end goal or your intentions, so that it helps you through it, because not only is it a lot of work, it's also very stressful, long hours, a lot of theoretical knowledge that you have to retain, and also like it can get quite harsh when you're in the clinical setting, and some doctors aren't as friendly as you'd hope them to be when they need to teach you. So like, you need to be equipped for all of those things, and I think just thinking about your intentions and why you're doing it helps a lot. That's basically what I'd advise future medical students. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, if you aren't subscribed, and I'll see you guys next week, inshallah, with another video. I hope you have a lovely week and weekend, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Assalamu alaikum.